Red Bull may be on the verge of facing one of the toughest transitions in their history, a future without Max Verstappen. According to recent developments, Christian Horner has reportedly initiated discussions with George Russell, pointing toward a potential alliance down the line. Whether we're ready or not, events are gradually unfolding that suggest a seismic shift could be approaching, with Verstappen and Russell at the center of it all. So, the big question remains, can Red Bull do anything to keep their star driver? And if they can't, are we looking at a blockbuster driver trade for 2026? Red Bull's recent struggles have brought about complications they'd have rather avoided, especially with the new regulations fast approaching. Despite Horner's public confidence in Max's loyalty, we can't just take everything at face value. If Horner wasn't concerned about Max's future, why would he even speak with Russell? As reported by The Race, Russell, currently signed with Mercedes on a £12 million deal, is among the most high-profile drivers who could switch teams at the end of 2025. Toto Wolff has publicly backed his current driver lineup and even hinted that Russell might have agreed to an extension. Yet, insiders from Mercedes were quick to quash those claims, saying it's too early for such talks. This all suggests one thing. Everyone's watching and waiting to see what Verstappen decides to do. His exit clause remains the most controversial element of this entire story. Under his contract, Max is allowed to leave Red Bull if he falls below third place in the driver's standings. According to Helmut Marko, this clause is likely to become very relevant over the summer break. Red Bull doesn't have the luxury of time to focus on developing the RB21, which has led to an extreme decision, shifting major resources away from the 2026 car to help Max this season. It's a risky move, no doubt, but one made in desperation. The team seems to realize that keeping Verstappen content may only serve them in the short term and could damage their long-term performance. Now everyone's wondering, is a Russell-Verstappen swap even possible? While both teams maintain that they're happy with their current drivers, if Max gives even a hint that he's exploring options, everything changes. Aston Martin has already shown interest in Verstappen with eye-catching offers, but what may lure him more than anything else is a team's factory capabilities. Both Mercedes and Aston Martin are ahead of Red Bull in this department. Russell has expressed satisfaction with Mercedes, but also acknowledged the unpredictable nature of the sport. Nothing is set in stone if results don't follow. Fortunately for him, his consistency this season, placing in the top 5 every race, makes a strong case for him staying put. Still, even with his solid performance, Russell hasn't yet reached Verstappen's level, which is why this potential switch can't be ruled out entirely. Such a move would send shockwaves through the paddock. Even though Wolff continues to praise Russell and calls him vital to Mercedes' recent resurgence, he also holds Verstappen in high regard. After the surprising departure of Hamilton, Wolff is likely more cautious, viewing Formula One more as a business than ever before. If Verstappen is available, he might not let the opportunity slip again. Russell himself has responded to questions about the possibility of Max joining Mercedes. Why wouldn't Mercedes be interested in signing Max? He's clearly the best right now, he said. Russell made it clear that he's not offended by the speculation. It's not about me or Kimi. Each team has 2 seats, and I'm doing my job. Performance is my currency, and at the moment, I'm delivering. I'm content, and when the time comes, we'll discuss contracts. At the moment, Red Bull still holds the cards. If they can provide Verstappen with a championship-winning car, it's unlikely he'll walk away. But things don't look too promising. Since several key figures left the organization, the team has been visibly struggling against their competitors. The truth is, Red Bull may have to face the reality that the post-Verstappen era is not as distant as they'd hoped. When asked about possibly losing Verstappen, Horner dismissed the rumors as mere noise. There's been chatter both inside and outside the team, he said. But Max reaffirmed his commitment just yesterday. Our focus is making the car faster, and Max is central to that effort. The rest is just speculation. Horner emphasized that there's no formal progression in the discussions with Russell, only informal talks to understand possible scenarios. Still, if Toto Wolff is truly interested in Verstappen and the Dutch driver triggers his exit clause, Russell may not be thrilled about switching places. However, that scenario could also be a major motivator for the Brit. Russell has shown that he can rise to the occasion, especially after 3 seasons alongside Lewis Hamilton. He's matured into a dependable driver, But thinking Wolff would abandon Kimi Antonelli just to partner Russell with Max isn't realistic. Antonelli is widely regarded as a future world champion, and race by race, he continues to prove it. Mercedes is invested in his development and will likely want to keep him in their system. Martin Brundle even weighed in on the matter, saying Russell might need to be wary if Verstappen becomes a free agent. According to Brundle, if Max enters the market, I'd be worried if I were George, because Kimi's the future. Brundle added that Russell is doing a fantastic job, but Wolff won't want to miss out on Max again if the opportunity arises. Beyond Mercedes, the Verstappen sweepstakes could heat up dramatically. Reports from Gazzetta dello Sport suggest Aston Martin offered Max a deal worth $300 million over 3 years. While that figure is eye-catching, Max isn't solely driven by money. What may influence his decision more are the technical advancements being made at Aston Martin. Their new wind tunnel, factory developments, the presence of Adrian Newey, and the partnership with Honda all weigh heavily. These factors contributed to Max's past success, and the relationship between Honda and Verstappen has always been strong. Honda's president Koji Watanabe even stated that the company will have significant influence over driver choices from 2026 onward, just as they did with Red Bull. Interestingly, even Fernando Alonso has welcomed the idea of teaming up with Verstappen at Aston Martin, though he admitted it's unlikely in the short term. Reflecting on the rumors linking Verstappen to Aston Martin, Alonso said, "It's actually great for the team. If the world champion is being linked to us, it shows how far we've come. Whether it's Mercedes, Ferrari, or us, people see the potential in our project." So, where does all this leave us? Could a Red Bull-Russell swap be in the works? And more importantly, what lies ahead for Max Verstappen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check out the next video appearing on your screen right now.